Looks like we're having more issues for console players. Sharing tips from other Arc lovers and subscribers of mine, and more quick tips for PC users to help get better performance and enjoy a better gaming experience with Arc. Hey guys, it's your girl Millie Mel with another episode with the ASP Gang, and I am here to give you more Arc info tips and tricks to help make sure you get a better gaming experience. So let's get into it right now. Alrighty guys, so the first thing I do want to discuss is the picture behind me right here that says warning, missing DLC content. There are active mods that are depending on DLC content. The following DLCs need to be installed to continue with these mods, and you have Extinction of the Center, which is listed here for my friend to be able to play. Now, he was on PlayStation, and another friend of mine, shout out to Lord Voldor, aka whom I call JD, and for sharing, and to my other friend Geo Jerry's Adventures for sending us this picture to share with you guys today as well. So JD, aka Voldor, let us know that even though they had updated the game and already had all the DLCs previously installed before the update, they still had to go back and reinstall some of the DLCs to be able to play their game. So luckily, my friend Geo Jerry was able to do this for his PlayStation. The only issue was he was still having another problem keeping him from playing, which I'm going to show you right here that a fellow subscriber showed to me. So our friend here, Lady Fluffenstein-OJ3DJ, if you're a DJ, Lady Fluffenstein, that's super cool, by the way. She here says that she did a test with her game and removed the mods one by one, and it was one specific mod that kept crashing on her. Now, for PlayStation users, up until recently, about as recently as yesterday, I believe it was Dino Depot keeping them from being able to play, which is what I had on my server, which meant my friend could not play on the server that I have set up for him and other YouTube members of mine on my channel. Now, what I will tell you guys is that this has been an issue before the update with other mods and maps that just clash with each other. And what I would personally recommend doing is, if you can't get into your game or your server, is going through your mod list, and instead of you taking, filling up the, a single player and taking it off one by one in hopes you figure it out and go through a lot of guesswork and stressful time brain blasts and stuff, right? Which is happening to me just thinking about it. I would personally recommend going to an empty single player game and adding one mod at a time to determine which ones don't work and which ones do. That way, if it doesn't work, you just take it off and go right to the next one. Saves you a lot more time and and you go through a lot less heartache with it, okay? So the next tip I have for you is for my PC gamers. Now, this is something quick and easy that you could do to see if it helps optimize your gaming experience and performance. Now, before I get into that though, I do want to talk to you about RAM, because I did talk to another subscriber about it in the comments of one of my videos. So I recently installed 64 gigabytes of RAM and upgraded from his, DDR5 at 4800 megahertz up to 5600 megahertz. And I think it typically goes up to 6000, I think even more sometimes. So what I learned recently is that your computer will automatically default to only using a certain amount, and it's typically as little as 4800. So what people can do, and that is up to you, I'm not going to show you how or tell you you should do it, is you can go into your BIOS settings and change it to maximize the amount you're using at a time. Now, if you don't know how much you are currently using, or if it is less than what you have installed, you can go into your Control-Alt-Delete, your task manager, go to the performance part and look at and see how much RAM is being used and optimized there. There's another place that I went into, and I'm not going to get to that, but you can look into it. And what I did was I learned that your computer will also default at a certain minimum amount it will use. And I changed that. So I originally had 32 gigabytes. So I actually set that as my minimum setting, and my max at my 64 gigabytes. So you could do that as well. But let me show you here what I think is the easiest thing you can do, and that might help you as well. I'm going to move this around for you, but I want to show you the top part of this first, and I am looking at it from my other screen, so do bear with me when you do see me looking down. But you do want to go into your settings from the start menu. You want to go to System, Display, and Graphics, and from there you do want to optimize for windowed games, which, hello, you have a windowed game. That's Ark, right? It's on a monitor, blah. Another thing you can do is go further in and do some more gaming optimization. You can look into that and decide if that's for you. However, if you are a content creator like me, it can cause flickering if you're using a system called Open Broadcasting System, or OBS for short, which I had to adapt, overcome, and make some updates and changes and all that other good stuff to it. And it just drove me nuts. And I almost like ripped all my hair out. And I have a lot of hair. I have like quite a bit of it. Yeah, you can't see it all, but whatever, it's there. So let me take a quick little look here and kind of change this up for you. Give me just a second here. And here's something else you could do. You can go down to the Ark Ascended game or what other game you have up, and it's going to show you a GPU preference. Now, for some reason, and yes, my arm keeps disappearing, it was set to go between my CPU and my GPU, so I set it specifically to work on my graphics card, my GPU, because that's what it's made for. That is what it's optimized to do. And when you have your RAM optimized, that will help increase the frame rates and reduce bottlenecking between the two systems. If you don't know what that means, go look it up. I am not tech savvy enough to explain it to you. I just learned about it and kind of get the gist of it, okay? But that is something else you could do, and it has helped me a lot with my gaming experience and made playing Ark a lot easier right now. I just haven't been able to do much because I am still recovering from surgery, and just making videos like this does take a lot out of me and causes a bit of pain. So apologies for that, guys. I will get more videos back to you as soon as I can. I have noticed you guys are watching the short videos. Alex loves making the long form videos with me, as well as my friends like to goof off and do them with me for the heck of it. So I'll keep showing those because I do realize that some of you watch those as well. And I have been listening and noticing you guys do appreciate the tips and tricks, as well as getting some of the latest news on Ark. So I will continue to do that as much as possible and try to get Alex in here off his little lazy summertime butt and get him rolling with me as well. But until then, guys, if you guys like what you see, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and make sure you have some of that love, that peace, that chicken, turkey, ducky grease. And until then, we are out.